Hull City fail in the first round of a cup competition once again as Wrexham have the Hollywood finish of dreams. Hello there and welcome back to the HullCityFanCentral YouTube channel, where today I'm giving my reaction based on what we have just seen from Hull City versus Wrexham in the first round of the Carabao Cup, where Hull City get eliminated yet again following a 3-1 lead in the 91st minute. Two successive goals from Ollie Palmer sending it to penalties, and then losing on penalties in dramatic fashion once again. I mean, it's just, you can't write this stuff, can you? You cannot write it. I mean, Disney Plus have got themselves a scoop and a half with this Welcome to Wrexham series, because, I mean, this could make a full episode, if not two, with Wrexham coming from 3-1 down to tie up with Ollie Palmer making two headed goals in quite quick succession in extra time. And then penalties-wise, it was all even apart from Endala misses his one from City. And so Wrexham now progress through to the second round. Hull City, for the sixth time in a row, do not progress out of the first round of the Carabao Cup. Haven't progressed out of the first round of any cup competition since 2020. So it's been a tough run for City, but a tough run will still continue, certainly at least until the FA Cup draw, which will take place in the back end of this year, leading into January. But let's talk about this game. As I say, there's nothing too much to blame any player for Hull City for on this one. We played well. There was a very strong moments in that first half, very strong in the second half. As I say, we were leading 3-1. Let's not beat around the bush. A team leading 3-1 in the 91st minute. Of course, there was 8 minutes still to be played, but still, leading 3-1 at that point in the game, you're pretty much going, all right, they're through. We had people in the live chat going, Hull City are through, well done on winning. And I was going, hang on a minute, there's still time on this one. Then the first goal came through, and then the second goal came through, and then penalties happened, and then we suffered a big loss on penalties. So, yeah. Anything can happen in football, and if this wasn't indicative of that, I don't know what is. But, I mean, I'll go through Hull City's team, and I'll give you my reactions on all things that happen in this one. But, as I say, there wasn't any big point where I thought, actually, Hull City did poor there. It was very, very good on the most part from City. You look at Dylan Phillips starting in goal. Yeah, he's Hull City's second choice keeper, and maybe he could have done a bit better to save that first goal from Wrexham, but I don't blame him at all, because it was a deflected shot that took a deflection off Egan and then looped over him into the back of the net. So therefore, you can't really blame Dylan Phillips too much on that one. Back line, Giles looked good, getting down that left-hand side, whipping balls in as we've seen, playing a very, very strong left back. Cody Drama, once again, exceeding down that right-hand side position. And I mean, his run to get our first one through Ollie McBurney was absolutely fantastic. He was running down that right-hand side, playing a couple of 1-2s with Joe Geldhart on the way, whipped the ball into the box and got himself an assist on that goal. Hughes did fantastic. He was like a cement brick steel wall at the back for City. I mean, if we could just put him in front of the penalty spot when the penalties were happening, would have been fine, wouldn't we? John Egan played good in his first start of the season, I guess. Lundstrom played quite well in that holding role, as we've seen. Slater did quite well in the role that we've seen him play. Still playing, getting a bit forwards, a bit deeper on this game, though. Of course, Casey Palmer started this one. Palmer had quite a good second half, a bit of an off and on first half, but overall very, very good from Casey Palmer. Nathan Tinsdale, his first full senior debut, and it was still a very, very good performance there from Tinsdale. Joe Geldhart, he did fantastic out on that right hand side, of course, helping with the first goal and got the assist for the second one. Ollie McBurney, of course, his first full debut for the Tigers, grabs his first goal for the Tigers, and it was a good effort from Ollie McBurney. We saw how relentless he can be towards an attack, and he's going to be quite a big player for Hull City in this championship. Bench-wise, Abu Kamara came on. I said Abu Kamara looks very, very good in this game, and he did. When he came on, he was looking like the Abu Kamara we maybe saw against Coventry, and not so much the Abu Kamara that we saw at points last season. Joel Endali comes on, grabs his first goal for the Tigers, and he looked like an electric force in that midfield. Kyle Joseph came on, maybe maybe didn't provide too much, but still did an okay job. Akinfenwa, we didn't see too much of him, but still showed up a bit at the back. Matt Crooks came on. I mean, it looked like at one point he was going to go off with a severe head injury. He continued yet again playing through his injuries, and he grabbed the third goal, which looked like the goal that should have put it to bed for City. So overall on the team sheet, yeah, there are a few maybe players that could have done a little bit better, but overall, cup game, rotational factor involved, Hull City did very, very well in this one. The performance up until maybe the 91st minute was very, very good. And even in injury time, yes, the performance may have not been that of a convincing factor to see out the 3-1 win or the 3-2 win. It was still very good. We still didn't look like a poor side. We still looked like a side that was able to hold out on this one, hold out for the 3-2, hold out for the 3-1 maybe. But up until that point, Hull City played a very, very strong, maybe not strong 90 minutes, but a very strong 50, 60 minutes of this game. We held off Wrexham in their style of play. They like to play that route one factor, the long balls, the quick counter-attacks. They play low amounts of possession, but high amounts of upside going forwards. And we held off on that quite nicely. Credit to the defence on that one. And we got our chances going forwards. Winging play looked quite good. Working through the midfield, cutting through the midfield looked quite good. So overall, we didn't look too bad in this one, as I say. That's a big thing to take away from this one. Yes, we're out of the Carabao Cup. Whoop-de-doo-de-doo. Mickey Mouse Cup has gone in the favour of Disney United. I mean, yeah. But we can't be down on this one. It's a good performance. Let's take that for what we can. The City fans at the end of that game, the 1,100 strong that went there to North Wales to watch the Tigers take on Wrexham on a Tuesday night fixture in the Carabao Cup. Well, they were clapping. Every single one of them there stayed in their seats, clapping the players off the field. That shows you indicative of how positive this club is at the moment and how good of a performance we saw there. Take the positives from this game. Don't take the fact that Hull City are out of the cup, because we're out of the cup. We've still got an FA Cup to come in a couple of months' time. Yeah, we'll probably exit that one in the first round. But the focus has to be on the league no matter what anyway when we're in the Championship, and we're in the Championship at such a pivotal season where if we get relegated, it could be quite a big sort of talking point on the fact of maybe financial aspect, managerial aspect, ownership, all sorts of stuff like that, player-wise. It's quite a big sort of season in that essence. It's a season where Hull City are coming in as the underdogs as well. Focus on the league. Yeah, a little bit of a cup run would be nice. Would be nice to keep them hopes, them dreams alive, them ambitions of the fans. But do not take it as a go like, we're out of the cup, Hull City are finished, we're going to finish rock bottom of the league. We still have Oxford on Sunday to turn things around. And I mean, it's not even turning things around, it's just progressing on from what we did against Coventry. It's not even things in the cup. You can look in the cup. Doncaster beat Middlesbrough 4-0. I mean, anything can happen in a cup game. It's one game. Focus on the league. But I mean, we'll rack through Hull City's goals. Ollie McBurney grabbed his first one for City. Somewhat of a tap-in effort. Joel Ndala grabbed his first for City. So did Matt Crooks, first for this season. All three signings of 2025. Two signings of this summer. So not too bad on that standpoint. For Sunday when we face off against Oxford United at the MKM Stadium, well, we look all right in rotational aspects. Of course, Giles and Drama, they'll be going back to back due to the lack of players that we have at wing backs or full backs. But of course, Brandon Williams, he could be back by then, so we could possibly have a Brandon Williams come on off the bench, or he could even start the game on Sunday, who knows. Hughes played this one, but I mean, Hughes can play every game. He'll still be a cement wall at the back line for City. Of course, you did give Semi Ajayi the game off here. Akinfenwa did come on, so you've got Semi Ajayi there. You've got Egan and Akinfenwa as the bench options there on Saturday. Still good. Lundstram, he may have Sunday off, or maybe on the bench on Sunday with maybe Cathal McCarthy coming on in that position. Of course, so you could have Slater, Crooks, and then Casey Palmer play. Of course, the options are open there for City. Akintola could come in there, so you could have an option out on either wing. So the rotational factor in this one was done quite nicely from Sergei Yakirovich for City. We are set up quite nicely. Of course, you do have the extra day due to the fixture being pushed back to Sunday. So you've got that extra day there to rest, recuperate, ready for that one. Back in the league action. And hopefully looking for a first win. Of course, take this one as another draw for City. Any team can win, any team can lose on penalties. I mean, you're talking to England fans here, aren't you? So Hull City draw, then lose on penalties. They were winning up until the 91st minute, which I'm gonna presume is gonna be the big talking point away from this one. But let's make the big talking point the fact that Ollie McBurney scored his first goal. Hull City looked good, both going forwards and defensively. They looked far better going forwards in this game. The pace, the aggression, the relentlessness going forwards, the pressure play, not only by McBurney, not only by Palmer, but the likes of Tinsdale, Geldhart, Kamara, and Dala, Joseph when he came on, even Matt Crooks. The pressure play applying forwards looked far better than Coventry. We're seeing the different style of plays that Sergei Kirich likes to implement. We're seeing the different style of results that Hull City can produce. It's a game. It's a 3-3 game. A game maybe should have been 3-1, maybe should have been 3-2. 3-3 final result. It's another game completely different to the one we saw against Coventry. Yes, it's a cup game, rotation on either side. But both sides have played teams that could be somewhat competitive in the league. Yeah, maybe Wrexham have played a few younger lads, but still some of the younger lads like Ashfield look quite good. And of course, Longman didn't do any harm to Hull City. So yeah, you're looking at the squads there, and it's comparative of possibly a league start. Yeah, there's a few players that probably won't start in the league, but it's nothing to shake your head at and go, Hull City are completely finished. It's one game, it's a cup game. Take it as you will. Hull City are out the cup. Still, good performance, good defensively, good attackingly. Build on this and Coventry ready for Saturday. And Sunday, and everything will be looking fine and dandy. I will still have content out throughout the next couple of days. I'm going away, but still the content will be here on the channel. Predictions, all that sort of stuff ahead of Sunday's fixture against Oxford. I will also have a watch along for a home game. I mean, it's a shock and awe. I'll be in Tokyo, but I still will have a watch along for that game. So make sure you stay tuned on the channel by liking and subscribing to keep up to date with everything Hull City, not just about the Oxford game, but all of the transfer news and goodness surrounding Hull City. As I mean, 2 more players could be joining the Tigers before Oxford make the trip to the MK Stadium on Sunday. So I'll see you in the next video. Up the Tigers. Go on.